it right here.
Niggas trying to go get drunk and shit. Niggas taking all day long.
If you knew better, if she knew better, she'd do better.
Hammers. What's up, everybody? It's Troy the Boy. I know it's been a minute, but we back with another story time video. If you hear background noise, you know, we in the car, got the windows open, it's hot outside. Somebody told me I should call this the Car Chronicles. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. But like I said, back with another story time video, and this is a story about the time that I got jumped in junior high. This is also once This is also a time when I found out, you know, niggas be fake. It be your own people, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't be about all that shit that they be talking about. So to kick it off, the story goes back all the way to 7th grade. I had this friend, we gonna call this nigga Mark, because that's what he was. So me and Mark, you know, we used to be the best of friends. I was like my best friend in the 7th grade. You know, we used to walk home together, play fight together, you know, play at lunch and break and shit, push each other in the bushes. It's all, you know, 7th grade boy shit. So me and Mark had, you know, we had got into like arguments and shit before, but it was nothing really serious like that, you know what I'm saying? So it never was no need to fight, nothing like that. So I remember it was the third to last day in 7th grade, right? So, you know, we taking it easy. We already took the finals and shit. Class is easy, you know what I'm saying? We were in I can't remember if it was either Spanish class or like home ec type shit, but I think it might have been Spanish class. And so pretty much he came in, like, I was already in class, we had the same class, and, you know, the teacher fucked with us tough. We would be in there joking around, you know what I'm saying, and she never really tripped off of it because we always did our work. So I remember this nigga came into class, Mark came into class with somebody else, some nigga I didn't really know like that. I didn't have a problem with the nigga, but I just didn't really know him like that. So he came into class and, you know, they was talking. I don't know what the fuck they was talking about, but they was, you know, he was telling a story or some shit. So I took it upon myself, you know, we homies and shit. So I'm joking around. I was just like, nigga, don't nobody care what you talking about. Just, you know, being playful and shit. And for some reason, I don't know if this nigga was on his period that day or what, but for some reason, this nigga took super offense to, nigga, nobody care what you talking about. And this nigga looked at me and he just started slowly taking off his backpack. So I'm like, alright, I know I'm not even gonna sit here and question what it is. Like, okay, this nigga wanna scrap, so we can scrap. Like, I was just joking, but if the nigga really taking it that serious and he wanna go there, then we can go there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no bitch. So I started taking off my backpack and shit, and everybody started crowding around, because it's like, you know, everybody love watching the fight, especially in school. Like, you looking for the next fight so you can have a video, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to have a perfect video and all that kind of shit. And at the school I went to, like, you win one fight, like, niggas fuck with you the whole rest of the time you at that school. But if you lose a fight, niggas don't fuck with you the whole rest of the time you at that school. So I'm like, I can't be the nigga to lose that fight, you know what I'm saying? So we take off our backpacks and shit, and the niggas just staring me down. And, you know, I'm black. I'm pretty sure, you know, the black people watching this can agree to this. You know, my dad always told me in school, never start the fight.
Really, nigga?
But I better win the fight, because if I lose the fight, then I gotta fight him. and that nigga big as shit, and I'm big myself, and I'm still scared of this nigga. So I don't want no parts of that problem, you feel me? So I'm looking at this nigga like, you really don't know, like, you my homie, but I really gotta do you in, because if not, like, I gotta go fight this nigga, and I'm not finna do that. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for this nigga to say something or do something, and he's just standing there like it's not a problem no more. So I'm just like, well, what's up? And the nigga's quiet, he don't say shit. So in my head, I'm like, all right, we must not really be doing this. He must be second guessing it, or maybe he realized it wasn't that serious, or, you know, whatever. So I let my guard down for a split second, which I never do. When I let my guard down, this nigga spit at me. Now, I don't gotta tell y'all, that is the most disrespectful shit that you could do to a person, is to spit on. I'd rather a nigga stomp me out than spit on me. Niggas' mouths be stanky. You don't know who the nigga just got done kissing and whatnot. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen, is if a nigga spit on you, or a bitch spit on you, anybody really, you know what I'm saying? So I could see him. It wasn't just like a real quick spit, you know what I'm saying? I could hear him like gathering his loogie low key. So right when he spit at me, I moved to the side, so it didn't really get me, you feel me? So the nigga spit, and my instant reaction, like, at the time, the school I went to, we had the doors was like solid metal, like, you know what I'm saying? It had the little, you know, the little square that you could see in and shit, but the whole rest of the door was solid metal. So as soon as he spit at me, my natural reaction was to grab this nigga head and ram his shit up against the door, which is what I did. So, you know, I rushed the nigga, I grabbed his hair, started banging his shit up against the door, and then the teacher came and she pulled us apart. So when the teacher came and pulled us apart, I didn't know who it was at first. I didn't really see her like that. I'm thinking it might be one of his niggas, like the nigga he came in with or something. So as soon as I feel somebody grab me, I instantly start to punch again, because I'm like, y'all niggas not finna jump me, you know, so I thought. So I go to punch and she steps in front of me, so I gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, try to catch myself before I hit her, because I really don't want that problem. So when I do that, I stop myself. This nigga picks up a chair and he throws a chair at me. So I block the chair with my arm, and then I go and punch this nigga again. And then by that time, the class had got involved. I don't know why, because nigga, like, I don't understand why people break up fights, you feel me? Like, let them niggas get it out, unless it go too far, you know what I'm saying? But niggas, the class that got involved, so niggas started breaking up the fight and shit. Niggas like grabbed him, grabbed me, people were standing in between us and shit. I didn't even know she had called the office already, so they had, you know, yard duties and shit come and grab us, take us up to the office. So we go up to the office, and I'm really like, even though the nigga spit at me and shit, I'm really just like not thinking much of it in my head, because I'm like, we was homies. Like, yeah, that shit was disrespectful as fuck, but we homies, so I'm not thinking it's gonna go further than it already has gone, you know what I'm saying? And it's the third to last day of school. Like, we walked home together, but we didn't really know where each other lived and shit. So I'm like, oh, this nigga not finna pop up at my house or no shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And I can't pop up at his house because I don't know where the nigga live at. Even though we ended up like living around the corner from each other, literally like down the block around the corner, but you know, niggas didn't know at the time and shit. So we get up to the office, and this was like third period, and for some reason they just wouldn't send us home. I guess they thought we was gonna start fighting again. I don't know, which definitely would have happened, because we gotta walk the same way home. So we definitely would have been in the streets fighting. But for some, they just wouldn't send us home. They made us wait until our parents come to get us. Now, his parents ended up, I think it was his mom, ended up coming to get this nigga like by like fifth period. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga was gone already. He stared me down while he was walking out and shit. And I'm like, I'm ready to get it popping in the principal's office again. Like, I don't give a fuck. They had set us on different sides of the office and shit, so we can't get to each other. But I'm like, you know, one thing I hate is somebody staring me down who not gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to get shit popping again. But this nigga walked out, yada yada. He was gone. I had to wait the whole day until my dad could come pick me up. My dad worked in the Bay, and pretty much he told him, like, I'm not finna who the fuck is this? Pretty much my dad told him, well, y'all just gonna have to either send him home by himself or send him back to class, or he gonna have to sit there, because I'm not missing a day of pay to come pick this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? And he already knew the shit wasn't my fault. I already explained to him over the phone what happened, yada yada. So, you know, he wasn't really tripping about it. I wasn't gonna be in trouble and no shit. And it's almost summertime, so it's like, what is you gonna do? Black kid, we don't get grounded. You know, the most I'm gonna get my ass beat, but that wasn't finna happen either. So fast forward, my dad comes get me, you know, 3 days later, he got not expelled, suspended for the rest of the school year, which is only 3 days. They let me still go to 3 days since I didn't start the fight. He started the fight by spitting at me. So they let me still go to school the rest of the 3 days. So the whole time I'm hearing people is like, I'm always been popular in school and shit. Like hella people has always known me. I've always known hella people. People always fuck with me because I'll just be chilling. So the whole time, the rest of those 3 days of school, people keep coming up to me at break, at lunch, in class, like, yo, that nigga Mark said he coming back the last day of school, you feel me, to squad. And I'm like, nigga, it's whatever. I'm not worried about that nigga. Like, I'll beat that nigga ass, no problem. You know what I'm saying? By that time, I mean, I've always been taller than everybody else. And then by that time, like, I had been playing sports. I did wrestling, baseball, basketball. So I was beefier, and he was like a little skinny ass kid. So I'm like, I'll work this nigga, you feel me? So last day of school come, right? Boom, you know, niggas get out early and shit. Last day of school come, and again, I'm hearing all day long, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this nigga said he coming back to beat your ass, yada, yada, yada. I got your back, I got your back. Hella of my niggas is like, oh, we got your back, you feel me? So I'm like, all right, straight. Like, if anything extra happen, or if this nigga bring people, then, you feel me, I got niggas that got my back. Because at that time, like, when we were that young, niggas wasn't really getting jumped like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the most, you know, niggas might be fighting at school and, you know, somebody jump in and like push the other person if they on top of their homie or something, but niggas ain't really jump like that when we was in like junior high, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not thinking that that's what's coming, you know what I'm saying? So last day of school come, we walking home, and we all had a plan. It was dumbass kids, and we was all gonna go to Jack in the Box and get food and go to the park and shit. And I'm with all the shit, so I'm like, all right, well, I mean, if the nigga really want to come back, he know exactly where the fuck I'm gonna be at, because we had been planning the shit, you know, after school for a week. We about to be 8th graders now. We about to be the top of the school. You feel me? We gonna go out with a bang, yada yada. So last day of school come, I walk to the front of the school, niggas is running up like, hey bro, Mark's here, Mark's here, Mark's here. I'm like, y'all niggas must think I'm pussy or something. Like, I really don't give a fuck if this nigga's here or not. So I see him, he sees me from like across, looks like there's a little grass in the front. From across the grass, I see him, he see me. He was with like some bitches, and then like 2 niggas, right? The 2 niggas was in 8th grade, like my 6th grade year. So they're freshmen in high school now, right? Again, hella my niggas is like, oh, we got your back, we got your back. If the niggas jump in, we got your back. I'm like, all right, straight. So I'm looking at the nigga, I'm like, what's up? And he's like, what's up, bro? And I'm like, nigga, you trying to get out or what? And he don't say nothing. He's just like, nah, bro, I'm not on that. So I'm like, all right, like, if you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, like, I don't, you know, provoke shit. If shit happen, then shit happen. But I'm not the type of nigga to make shit happen. Like, I don't go out of my way for shit like that. It's just not who I am. So we start walking. It's like 3 blocks to my house. We start walking and shit, and I noticed the niggas walking behind us, but I literally got like a gang of people behind me. It's like 30 people behind me, because we all had a plan, you know what I'm saying? So I noticed this niggas walking behind it, and niggas is like, oh bro, he's behind us, he's behind us. I'm like, nigga, I'm not. If he run up, he run up. Like, I'll deal with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of nobody. So stop talking to me about it, you know what I'm saying? It's like they was putting more on it than I was putting on it. So it started getting annoying and shit. I'm like, if you really my nigga, you really got my back, you don't need to keep talking about it. Like, if the nigga run up and his homies run up, just jump in and we do what it do, you know what I'm saying? So we almost at the light. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, nobody say nothing. It's quiet. And I noticed I was ahead of everybody. Not by like, I wasn't trying to like distance myself from the nigga, but I just ended up being ahead of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then I kind of noticed I was ahead of everybody. So I lightweight stopped to turn around. And as soon as I like stopped walking, this nigga ran up from behind, hit me in the back of my shit, you know what I'm saying? And when the nigga hit me, it wasn't like the shit didn't even hurt, but it's like, so it's not like I got stunned by the hit. It stunned me because I was like, he hit me and I was like, okay, I just got hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just being aware of your surroundings, say you like, okay, I just got cracked in the head. So I instantly turn around to try to fight the nigga because I'm knowing that it's not nobody else but this nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I turn around to try to fight this nigga. Every time I spin around, he spin around, so he's always behind me, just always behind me, right? And it's literally like he's hitting me like this. Like, I could tell he's putting all his power into it, but it's like, and I feel the hit, but it's not painful. The shit's not hurting. Like, I don't know if it was my adrenaline that was rushing or if this nigga's just pussy, but the shit wasn't hurting. So I'm like, this shit is really pointless. Like, nigga, turn around and face. I'm talking to him like, nigga, turn around and face me. Like, let's fight. You know what I mean? Stop being a bitch. So by that time, everybody's yelling and shit, cheering, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to, you feel me? Like, this nigga's like holding on to me behind me, so I can't really grab him like that. So then there's like a pothole in the road, or like a, you know, like a little ditch in the road. I end up tripping over that. I hit the ground. So I hit the ground, I'm about to bounce right back up. As soon as I hit the ground, both the two niggas rushed me from both sides. Niggas started kicking me, stomping me out, yada yada. Y'all know what happens. And the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, I could either try to get up and fight all three of these niggas, which is what my pride is telling me to do, or I could just sit down, cover up, take it, and then come back later. You know what I'm saying? That's what my brain is telling me to do. So I follow my brain, you know what I'm saying? So I laid there, niggas, you know, was kicking me and stomping me and shit. Some lady ended up pulling over and telling them to stop, so the niggas scattered. When the niggas scattered, I'm like, I jump up, you know, and a couple girls ran over, like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm just like, bitch, don't talk to me. Like, you feel me? Nobody did nothing. Like, even if they females, you feel me? You could have came in and slapped the nigga or something. Like, I turn around, hella people is like, Troy, you alright? I'm like, bro, all y'all niggas fake. I don't fuck with y'all. Like, shut up before y'all niggas gotta see me. You know what I'm saying? So they telling me this nigga went to Chevron. So I'm running to Chevron trying to find the nigga, because now I'm hot. I'm like, three niggas or not, like, somebody's gonna have to fight me. So I run to Chevron. He's not there. They're like, he ran to Starbucks. I run to Starbucks. He's not there. They're like, oh, he went to the taco shop. I went to the taco shop. He's not there. I'm like, bro, either somebody's covering up for this nigga or this nigga really did run all these fucking places. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, nigga, fuck it. I give up. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep worrying about it. So I get to the house, you know what I'm saying? Mom and dad get home. Tell them what happened. My mom tried to go looking for the nigga. My dad tried to go looking for the nigga. They like stay in the house. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to go look for the nigga too. So they actually like contacted the school, tried to find out the nigga's address and shit. Like, one thing my parents don't play about, like, my parents really don't play about me. Like, they be ready to kill people over me easily, which, I mean, everybody's parents should, but they be taking it to the extreme sometimes. So they called, and the vice principal really fucked with me. So she was like, I can't give y'all his address, but I can tell you where to avoid. So by that, you know, she gave us the cross streets, and she was like, you know, don't go to like the third corner house type shit. I don't really remember what it was, but it was like something along those lines, you know what I'm saying? And so during the summertime, one of my other best friends used to live right across the street from me, in this little dead end. And I'm telling him about it and shit, and he's like, bruh, when we see that nigga, it's on. I'm like, I'm already knowing, because nigga, you not just gonna jump me and think that's gonna be the end of the story. Like, anything that happens to me or gets done to me, I have to do back worse to make sure that you get the hint. You know what I'm saying? So we used to have this park that we go to all the time. I remember we was at the park, and we were walking home. We were about to leave, and this nigga literally is just casually walking up the street, like ain't shit had knowing that we be at this park, just casually walking up the street like ain't shit happened. And it's like me and like 3 other people. So needless to say, we jumped the fuck out of that nigga. Like, I ran up, I slapped this nigga, and we just got on his shit. That was the first time. But like I said, I have to do more to let you know, don't fuck with me again. You know what I'm saying? 7th grade, we ain't shooting and killing, no shit like that, but you gonna get the hint to not fuck with Troy the Boy no more. That was the first time. Second time, we caught this nigga at Jack in the Box, right around the street, or around the corner. Caught this nigga at Jack in the Box, jumped that nigga inside the store. They called the police on us, all kind of shit. That's another story time in itself, but that was the second time. The third time, I was across the street at my homie house playing basketball. Like I said, he live on a dead end and shit, so you gotta go and you gotta come back out. Now I don't know what happened. I don't know if the nigga was looking for us or what, because it literally everything we did was a triangle. Like, my homie house is right here, the park's right here, Jack in the Box is right here, and those are the only 3 places that I ever was, you know what I'm saying, in my neighborhood. It was either I'm at my nigga house, the park, or Jack in the Box, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if the nigga was looking for me or what happened, but this nigga, him and his mom, they drove in through the to the dead end. And I don't think he really noticed me when he drove in, because we was hooping like in the driveway and shit. But my homie noticed and was like, "Hey, ain't that Mark?" And I was like, "That damn sure is Mark." So me being, the devious nigga that I am, we took the basketball hoop and we laid it in the middle of the street. And then we got like some rocks and all different kind of shit and laid it in the middle of the street. And when they was turning around to drive out, obviously, his nigga mom can't drive through everything. And he's like, "Bro, I'm not even on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let it be." And I'm like, "Nah, cuz you gotta get out the car and see me, nigga. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you did what you did. I gotta do what I gotta do. Like, no hard feelings. After this one, I'll be done, but it's just that has to be done." You know what I'm saying? People started coming out of the house and all kind of shit. So we started throwing rocks at this nigga mama car, because at that point I'm pissed, because now I'm like, "All right, you're being pussy because you won't see me." So I can hear her telling this nigga to get out of the car, whether she thought we were gonna fight or she was just trying to, I don't know, create a distraction, whatever the fuck. Like, she was trying to feed her son to the wolves pretty much, because it was like 5 of us, and she was telling this nigga out of the car, and he's like, "I'm not getting out of the fucking car. Like, that shit is out. I'm not getting out of the car." We ended up not doing nothing to him that time. He ended up, his mom like drove up on the fucking curb and shit on the sidewalk and went around this shit, and they skirted out. And I never seen the nigga since. Never seen none of his homies since. I still lived in that neighborhood for a couple more years. Never seen this nigga at the park, none of that shit. And I mean, that was pretty much it. I just had to, moral of the story is, you gotta watch what you do and what you say to people, because you don't know how niggas is gonna react. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas might take it and lay down. Other niggas might, fight back. So you can't just move around doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Shit might come back to you. But that's my story time. First time, only time I ever got jumped. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below if you guys want more story times. I got a gang of stories. I think I might call this shit the Car Chronicles. That low-key got a ring to it. But like, comment, subscribe. We gonna come in with another video, probably another video this week. So like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. It's gonna be in the links below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.